My name is Amanya Benjamin,
Yes.
third year student. I'm doing from School of Choose. My question is, there is something
Yes.
that we have been always discussing
Yes.
about relationship and marriage. Some girls normally say that you be there, you're with someone, you're in courtship or you're in a relationship, but the guy is not saying anything. Like he's taking too long to tell you that, will you marry me? So I've always met this, and a question came into my mind.
Yes.
Is it right for a girl to propose a boy?
Okay, thank you. Yeah, I will answer that. Yes, your name?
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon. Okay, let's hear her.
I am Alobo Shalom from Kayes, pursuing a Bachelor of Science in Tourism and Hospitality Management. Yeah, my question goes, okay, as I was following, like you said, it's right, like when you're married, like officially married, wedded, and you're having issue, like it's okay to step away and wait for a minute, and then you can come back. So I'm having this scenario, like take a look, like a couple has been happily married and you're vowed like to stay together for a lifetime, and then here comes an issue with that man, like he has the problem, like the habit of cohabiting, going in out for other women, and the woman has stayed out like to wait for a year, but the guy is still the same. And remember, the woman is like any other woman, has feelings and has been patient for a year waiting for the guy, but the husband failed to change. Now what should you advise the woman to do?
All right. Come this way.
Yes, my name is Jacob Grace. Choose. Jacob Grace Chipio from Choose. We understand that what you're actually bringing is a true north.
Right.
And I've been quick to understand that the problems of marriage can really be solved before marriage.
Yes.
And most of them can't be solved.
Right.
But the background of the question is that last Friday I buried a friend as a result of domestic violence. But after their wedding, the woman had to go away for the first year. The man chased her. I don't know why. They were legally married, Christian. And then she came back. So for 2 years they were together. They have a child. And they just call us and they're like, the man has a fever. Come and pick him. We go pick him. And after 3 days he's dead. A postmortem shows bilateral ventricular hemorrhage, bleeding from this side and this side. So they concluded that it was brain trauma, which means someone probably caused it. So from asking, the neighbors witnessed that there had been violence. So the question is, how, like at what level do you determine that now I need to really let go of this? Yes, I understand the issue of separation, but after the separation,
yes,
when do you say now I have to go away and get someone else?
All right.
Now, thanks so much, Doctor, for the inspiration. I've been inspired by a long time couple like you.
Your name?
My name is Sarah Gemo. I do Bachelor of Arts in Economics, year 2. My question is, when you're making a constitution on what to follow, one of the things is no sex before marriage. I'm sure the other things that you made, as you, as Dr. Steven and Miss Langa, like you had differences. How did you come into agreement? Because there are things that like, okay, I want this. She's like, no, I don't want this. How? What did you do to bring her into the same table like you? Then the other thing, we are human, I'm sure the instances whereby you got into a corner and you're like, okay, how did you control your feelings? How did you fight the temptation? How did you make it? I really want to know. Thank you.
All right, last.
Good afternoon, everyone. Yes, my name is Mahang Ronald.
Who?
I do Mahang Ronald.
Oh, Ronald.
Yeah, I do architecture, and I'm in my year 1. So my question is, we all agree that a man is the head of the family,
Yes.
right? So you say that you guys have been sitting on a table deciding on what to do as a family. So my question is, where is the significance of the leadership of a man in a family? If at all you have to sit down and settle things together. So where does the leadership come in?
Very good, very good. All right, now, okay. All right, let us answer this. Yeah.
Somebody asked, the essence of the question was a prolonged courtship. The man is not saying anything. Can a girl propose? Quite frankly, because it is usually the love, not usually, it is the love of a man that drives a relationship and keeps a relationship alive. I would not want to stake my life on a man who has not proposed by proposing to him. Because in essence, the indecision could be a function of, I don't know, do I really love this girl enough? Do I really want to spend the rest? Have you ever heard of situations where people say, I made a mistake? I would not want to stake my life on a man who cannot propose to me. Because by proposing to him, you're kind of jolting him into, yeah, okay, yeah, let's get married. For me, I want a man who loves me enough to pursue me, to get to the place where he is the one who says, you know what, I want to spend the rest of my life with you. Because I don't want to get there somewhere down the road, 2, 3, 5 years down the road, and he says, you know me, I wasn't ready for marriage. You are the one who proposed to me. The same thing as women who decide, let me trap him, let me get pregnant. You've never seen a man run away so fast as when you try to trap him. And those are the statistics we were looking at. Yeah, he may keep you because you have his child, but if the man has not made up his mind, ladies, my daughters who are here, please don't pursue the man. It is not the love of a woman that keeps a marriage going. It is the love of a man. And if you're a Bible reader, the Bible tells men to love their wives, not wives to love their husbands. So me, I'm not going to risk being in a loveless marriage because I proposed to the man. If he's not proposing, at the very best say, you know what, this thing has kind of reached a plateau. Maybe we need some time to, go our separate ways and see. We can regroup after 6 months and see whether we want this thing to continue. Rather than hanging there and then decide, since he's not proposing, let me propose. You're pushing something which has stalled. And you don't know whether it has stalled because the battery is down or because it has died.
And ladies, if you propose, That guy, if he doesn't have values, morals, and character, can use you and dump you. Okay? Because you are the one who came. He didn't pursue you. You came. If he has no values, morals, and character, will use you and then dump you. So, let the man pursue you.
If he's not pursuing you, excuse yourself until he figures out what he wants.
Now, the lady at the back was wondering, probably separated for about a year, how do you tell? This woman was patient, and then the man doesn't change. What do you do? Now, in a covenant marriage, let's go back to point number, number 2. There's something we didn't mention, number 2. We said you give yourself 100%, but along with that is to stick to your lane. Now, we all know sports. On your mark, get set, 100 meters, you dash. Everybody is in their lane. If you step in the other lane, you're disqualified. If you run looking, checking the other field, you will fall. In a marriage, the husband has his lane. As I told you what my lane is. My lane, love Beatrice and make her as happy as a human can. Full stop. That's my lane. So I'm busy running on my lane. I'm not checking, by the way, is she submissive or not? And how submissive is she? I don't do that. She also in her lane, submission and whatever, and is not waiting, am I loving her, am I not loving her? That lady, let her stick in her lane. Because in a marriage between a husband and wife, there is a referee, and I didn't include it here, but maybe I should have included it. And that 11th part, because I'll give you 10, the 11th one is that God is an active member and participant of the covenant. Okay, let me say that again. God is an active member of the marriage covenant. In other words, God is the referee to check, is this man doing his? Is this woman doing her? How do I know that? 1 Peter chapter 3 verse 7 says, if a man mistreats his wife, even his prayers are not heard. God doesn't hear his prayers. Okay? God is not hearing your prayers, and vice versa. If a woman is fooling around and just doing her own thing, there is a judge. Now, for those who are writing down or making a note, Romans 12:19. Vengeance is for the Lord. In other words, if for you are busy, you are giving your 100%, the man is fooling around, or you are busy as a lady, a man, and the woman is fooling around, there's somebody who is taking note. And that somebody is going to act. Is going to act. So, that lady, let her play her role. Let her do her part. God will help her and will see her through. Hello, is there another one? Yes. Oh, yes. Yes. In the case of violence, at what point do you leave this one and get somebody else? Now, first of all, Violence, we say you only separate a little bit for help to come and sort out the issues, which is possible. It may even be necessary to get the police or whatever, if it becomes too much, but not to break the marriage. Now, as long as that person is still alive, you have no right to go and get another person. The only thing that breaks a covenant is until death do us part. As long as the person is still alive, even if you are separated for a while sorting out issues and things, that's not divorce. So, as long as the other person is still alive, then that marriage is still being recognized by true north. You are still legally married to that person. So the only way out is when the other person passes on. As long as they're still alive, you are bound by the covenant that you made. Now, you do your due diligence. You do your part and leave the rest to God. God can do one or two things. He can either change the situation or can give you the grace to handle. And you are in hell, but you are smiling. Yes, you are smiling, you are managing. So that is possible. Yes. I think the question he was asking, I need is a little bit of some kind of healing. If somebody has caused, like the spouse's death, at what point do they get a spouse? I thought there was some kind of healing. Yeah, if you've caused, somebody has caused the spouse's death, that is a very, very serious thing. I mean, that is really, because now there are several things at play there. There's a legal issue, there's a self-discovery issue dealing with quadrangle 4. That's a very serious one. That person needs real serious counseling. Yeah, serious counseling. And we can't solve it here, but direct such a person for counseling, professional counseling.
I'm not sure I understood or heard the whole question about the Constitution, but...
Did we agree and how did we keep ourselves?
Agree?
I think
how did we agree and all that? Because, the big thing that helped us is that we had common values. Common values. Values play a big role. This thing we are laboring here to teach about values. It is values that are going to keep you together. It's not the bedroom, it's not the sex. It is not the whatever, it is your values that are going to keep you together. And that's how you can even know, could this be my husband? You have common values. Values is the thing that is going to help you a lot. And that's why now, in meetings like this, be building your values, be working on your values, correct them, adjust them, and make them what they're supposed to be. It is that which you now, when you're now engaging someone, you realize, by the way, what do you think about this? What do you say? Then you realize, with this person we are flowing. We have the same values. But this one we are not. Okay? Because in our constitution, on major issues, on important things, we were in agreement. There was not where I had to convince her, she has to convince me. No. On the basic things, we were in agreement. That's why you need to be people of values. If you have values and the other person has no values, you can't make a marriage. You can't make a relationship that will work. Values are key. That's why you need to develop them now. Because they're the things that are going to take you for the long haul. What is keeping us for the long haul are our values. Our values. So that's why you need to work on them. That's why don't take a shortcut. And that's why Instead of being busy sleeping now and you are not taking time to work on your value, take time now to work on your value. Check yourself. Learn new characteristics. Leave the old one. Leave the bad ones. Work on your self-discovery. Deal with that snake. Those snakes. Kill them. That's what you should be busy now with now. Because you leave campus. You've not killed those snakes. You leave campus, your values are undeveloped. You leave campus, you don't know where true north is. You are finished. You are finished. You are going to be among the statistics. So that's why at this time, there will be time to have sex. Plenty of time. But don't put the cart before the horse. Okay? When you start having sex now, you are putting the cart before the horse. The horse should be first and the cart comes behind. But now, when you start having sex, then the cart is ahead and the horse. I mean, that picture even. How does the horse, where does it go? The cart is already here. I know that people tell you, it is your sexual rights. It is your It's rubbish. Experiment. What? Rubbish. So check whether you're compatible. Rubbish. Rubbish. I've done studies on who are the people who enjoy sex the most. You're people who are intelligent. You study. There's one, the biggest sample was done and was even covered on Newsweek many years ago. Sex in America. They interviewed people of all categories, of all races, all tribes, all religions, and everything and so on. And they found out that the people who enjoy sex the most are the people who are in monogamous relationships. Do you know what monogamous is? One man, one woman. Are the ones who enjoy sex most. You would imagine that it is the Hollywood people, the red peppers of this world. Rubbish. Rubbish. You would think it is the porn artists. Rubbish. It is the people in monogamous. And this was done by secular people. And then they said among the monogamous, there's one group that is the top, the apex. And because it was done by secular people, do you know what they called those people? They called them conservative Protestants. And those were the peak there of enjoying sex. And I could have told them that. Why? Because those people are doing God's way. Remember, the person who designed this thing is the one who knows how best to use it. The person who is the one who designed sex and our body parts as they are, is the one who knows how best to enjoy this gift. The person who has made doom in sex is the one who knows, and right there, don't spray in the eyes or don't spray on fire. Can you take what the man said? Don't spray on the eyes. Shh. The man don't spray on fire. Don't spray on your eyes. The man said, keep this marriage for marriage. Do you think that's a waste of time or just trying to kill people's joy or whatever? No. There's a sense, it works. So, for now, build your values. They will take you mileage. I don't know how many stories I can tell you of people I've talked to, what we are telling you now. Recently, we were with her. 2 Sundays ago, exactly 2 Sundays ago. We were married, there are about 150 couples. 2 ladies came to me. One came to her and said, Mr. Langa, you don't know me. You came to my school in Bishop Kivengere, Muebe, Kabale. As you go to Rwanda, there's a school there. I went there 2000 and I think either 2 or 2003. I spoke to the students. Just one meeting, the headmistress gave me 2 hours or 3 hours. They made a commitment. That girl made a commitment. So she told me, Salaga, I signed, I was a student in Muebe. I signed that thing. Now, I have 9 years married with 3 children. Thank you. Soon another one came with her husband. So Mr. Laga, I was in Muebe. I signed that commitment. I'm married. But the time I got married, I was a virgin. And the husband said, yes, Mr. Langa, I confirm. And I thank you, yes. And I thank you for what you did, yes. He thanked me for what I did. They were there, married with the children now. 2 Sundays ago. Then, as we are now walking, coming near our vehicle, I met a gentleman there. Ah, Mr. Langa, yeah, you don't know me. I was in Intare, a student, 2003, S1. I signed, I think. Now, this is my wife here, we're married. To me, those are stories that keep me going. They keep me going. I realize that what you're doing is not a joke. Let me end with this story. Last year, a student, it was a student, a gentleman wrote to me, Salaga, in 2013, I attended a family life network training in Makerere. I made a commitment. And now I'm preparing to get married. I want you to help us to prepare for marriage. So we prepared, my wife and I. We took them through 7 sessions, premarital preparation. 20th of February, we had a seminar at Makerere on sexuality. I invited them. They were getting married the following Saturday. And it was hard to get them because the lady had a farewell for her, you know, and things, showers and so on, preparing for the marriage. But they were kind enough to come. CTF2. They stood there. He's called Peter and she's called Faith. He's from Western Uganda. She's from Abugisu. Peter said, when we started our relationship, we agreed to save sex for marriage. And here we are getting married next Saturday. And we have been waiting. So we've been doing due diligence, we've worked on this, on the other, and so on. That thing blew the students away. Students were like, what? Is this possible? People were just blown away. But there they were. 26. I put on my suit. I went to All Saints where their marriage was. Indeed, they got married. And the priest who was talking that also knew their story, that these guys have decided. And the priest said, this is how marriage is supposed to be. Look, and I tell you guys, the honor, the dignity, it was an awesome wedding. Awesome. You could just see, you feel good inside, just feel there's something wonderful here. I went for their reception, took pictures with them. We did not see them until 2 weeks ago. They were part of the couples in that wedding, in that meeting that we talked about 2 weeks ago. And we were happy because now, congratulations. Thank you for joining the marriage school. Such a marriage is on a good foundation. Good foundation. And what we are saying here, ladies and gentlemen, is that it's not too late. Yes, water may have gone under the bridge. It is possible to make amends. It is possible to start a new page. That's what we are saying. Honey, is there anything we've forgotten? Oh yeah, the man is the leader. How come you discuss things? Leadership does not mean that you are the one who knows everything. A leader is the one who gets the most out of the people that they are leading. Okay? So it doesn't mean you are the one who has to come up with the solution and everything. No. Your wife can have a good solution, but you can endorse it. So leadership does not mean that you don't consult. And that kind of leadership where you are the only one who says that actually is not good leadership. That is bad. Yeah, that's rulership. Yeah, that's more rulership. It's not dictatorship. You're supposed to confer with your wife. Remember, she's a helper. Yeah, significant helper. So you don't ignore your helper. But anyway, that is more for another day. I think we've answered. Oh no, how have we keep ourselves?
How did we keep ourselves? How did we stick to the constitution that we had made? You take the necessary precautions. We did not take chances. We did not seclude ourselves, go to these places where it's just the two of us in a room with the door locked. Yes. Because, the electricity is there, whether you've made a constitution or not. You will still have, you still have that attraction for each other, and the propensity to have sex is actually very high. So, how do you do it? If we are in that little shelter over there, just the two of us, we can have a very private conversation, but the chances of us doing anything sexual there are zero. Yeah. So just make sure that you don't compromise, like in your meeting places. Don't trust your bodies, in other words, because you are human and you have red blood running in your cells. So if you are in the right environment, you could easily have sex, and we have heard of it happening. But just make sure that you are, transparent. You can go to restaurants, you can go to parks, you can go to places. Don't visit each other when you live alone at 9 p.m. and then, all the taxis, you're in Nabinonya, it is 11 p.m., you're all by yourself. Now we have to spend the night. And it starts raining. Now where do I go? 11 p.m., midnight, it starts raining. Now you can't go to Chali Wajala in the rain. So those kinds of circumstances are the circumstances that you avoid. Don't bring the butter so close to the fire that by the time you realize how close it can get, it is already melting. Someone also, I think in all fairness, someone asked me wrote a question about if you are different tribes. We happen to be different tribes. We come from different parts of this country. He comes from the east, I come from Buganda. Now, most of our families may not approve. But you see, you are the one that knows the person. So, if you are confident that this person who is of a different tribe is a worthy person to be your lifelong spouse, then you need to convey that to your family. They don't know the person, you're the one that knows, which is why it is very important, because you don't want to find yourself in a situation where your family is telling you, didn't we tell you we don't marry people from that? Most tribes in Uganda don't marry people from a tribe other than their own. Most parents will tell you that. We don't marry those people. For us, we don't mix with those people. Those people, and they're the ones who, every tribe has a story about other tribes. So the ones who eat rats, the ones who eat people, the ones who do this, who don't do that, But we are not talking about marrying the tribe. We are talking about this person that you have decided. You do your due diligence about this person. And then when you get married, this is what you are saying. In a covenant marriage, you become one flesh. So even if the tribe decides, you got a wife from where? For us, we are not going. As long as the two of us are in agreement and we are together and we are working together, we will make it. Remember, we are an autonomous entity. Yes, we need relationships with our families, but we are the ones that are going to make our marriage work, not our families. In fact, if anything, our families may destroy our relationship. So you do your due diligence. If your family is saying something that you need to open your ears and check out, check it out. But the final decision, like I told you, I said, if I'm going to break up with Steve, it is going to be because we decided to break up, not because somebody said. So you do your own due diligence, make your decision, which is rational, which is well thought through, and then, yes, and then you live with your decision.
Thank you very much.